what's up, world? This is the Kingdom of Israel. Our big purpose is to bring together the 12 tribes of Israel as we go from a online community to a online community. And the links will be in the description. So, for the most part, most people value money for the most part over reputation, a good reputation. And, what I mean is a positive reputation that's widespread known, basically, to have a good image on the example you put out for your people. And, for the most part, people nowadays would rather the money than to actually have a good, upstanding reputation. If you were to put, a good reputation or money, which one would, you pick? For the most part, people would pick the money, because, with having a good reputation usually means having a good set of values. If you're worshiping money, if your thing is materialism, then whatever you do, you're doing it out of a love for money, and I'm not saying that it's wrong to have money. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the love for that is like the scriptures say, the love of money is the root of all evil. The not money itself, but the love of it is the root of all evil. And basically materialism. You'll start valuing money and your material gains over your own family and relatives and, God, your faith and principles. You'll do anything for $1. And, that's what it is today. For the most part, people, rather worship money than to actually be about faith and values. And that's just the sign of the times. That's the vibe of the people right now. Materialism. And it's good to get your finances in order and your material wealth up, but there's something at larger here, something at play that's a lot bigger than just chasing money. Your soul is at stake here. Your values, your principles, the state of your people. Where are we gonna be at? As a people, culturally, where are we gonna be at? In this, this whole game of life, this Game of Thrones, this game of the nations. Where are we gonna be at? We're gonna need a reputation, a good one. Thugs and hoes don't run countries. They don't do that. Thugs and hoes just be thugs and hoes. The bottom life, the bottom of the barrel, the low life. That's thugs and hoes. You're not gonna run a country or represent a country with that type of image. It's not a good look. So just look at our social media and our culture. Just look at how it is. People are addicted to social media, that social validation that they get from it. Just and really nowadays they go by that what is it? It's a type of marketing strategy. Sex sells. So nowadays women are, for the most part, are taking pictures of themselves half naked, bikinis and all this, whether they have a man or not, and whether you have a man, whether they have a man or not, they're still taking. A lot of women don't see anything wrong with it, and it's just a thing of respect, man. A lack of respect, a good reputation. See, when you put your values in the right place, you'll automatically earn a good reputation. They'll automatically people will automatically label you as a stand-up guy or a righteous sister, or somebody who's upright when you put your values in the right place. But if you don't ever put your values in the right place, then you're a thug and a hoe. That you're not much more. Because you portray yourself to be that. If you portray yourself to be of a low life or low life, then that's the way people are gonna treat you, man. That's the image you're putting out. And we got to change that. Because it isn't values that's driving the culture. Money is driving the culture. Literally, money. Because America is funding this type of culture. This type of culture, this low-life gangster culture is being funded. The culture is literally being funded by money, not by values or faith or principles or God or anything of any righteous good value. Money, materialism is driving our culture. That's what's driving the culture. And that's not a culture at all, man. I mean, it is a culture, but I mean, it's not something you should even take on. It's not something to even mess with. So we've earned ourselves a bad reputation going about, not putting our beliefs and morals and the things we hold to be valuable, the good righteous things we've earned. We didn't put our energy into those good things, but we put our energy and faith into negative, really bad bad imagery, bad association, negative association with our values. And that's when you put your values in the wrong thing, you're gonna get a bad reputation. Bad publicity isn't always good publicity. When you're known throughout the world as a byword and is something different than what you really are. You're really, the Son of God. You're really the Israelites. That's who we really are. We're really the children of the Most High. And we're really not, these thugs and hoes and pimps and prostitutes. And, I say this because that's what the culture is being funded. Popular music nowadays is, either being promiscuous, with the R&B, or killing your brother with the gangster music. You either kill your brother or you be some kind of sexual deviant. And, that's a road that leads to nowhere, man. That's a dead end road. That's the road to destruction. And having a set of not valuing and your brothers and sisters not appreciating the people who we are. If that's where that road leads to. If you don't appreciate your people, you don't appreciate your community, you don't value your own community, well then then you're gonna take on a set and subset of bad ideologies and negative associations towards your own community. So it's gonna be a thing of work, just unraveling all of them negative beliefs that you've put on to your brothers and sisters. And all black men are this way, or all black women are this way. And it's going to take some work to turn it all around. It can be done. I believe it can be done. The biggest part is going to be, of course, the beginning, working on each other first, brothers getting together and creating that respect for each other, and there's something I'm thinking of, like one way to build respect is something called filial piety. Now, I think I said it right, but it's a way you show respect to, whether it's a man that outranks you or or your parents or relatives, and an example of this is the Chinese. When somebody, higher rank or higher status, you would higher rank than or higher status than yourself, then you would bow lower than them, or that's one way of showing, giving or showing respect. Filial piety, Google it up. And I may not be saying it right, so Google it. But yeah, basically it's a way of showing respect to the people who are higher than you or came before, or your relatives or parents. And that's something, some kind of called etiquette, or controlling your behavior, a way you guys, behavioral norms, the way you guys interact with each other. And that's what needs to be taken on, in terms of our people. Brothers have to start showing each other respect, respecting our women. Women gonna have to show respect towards their men and respect each other. This a brotherhood and a sisterhood. Healthy, not toxic, not negative, but very positive. And things like etiquette, ethics, just a value and appreciation for each other, because that's basically what it comes down to anyway. Just giving each other mutual respect that, of course we deserve. I mean, you should show mutual respect to the person that looks like you. And it just makes sense to me. So, in not doing these things that show that we appreciate or value each other, not doing those things have kind of earned us a very horrible experience in America. And, and earning that horrible experience, going this dark in this way, it gives us an opportunity to really go that much farther into the light when we unravel, all this horrible stuff that's happened to us as a people, and heal from it. We'll go that much more into the light and earn ourselves a good reputation and receive the blessings and not the curses of Deuteronomy 28. So, and that will turning back to our values, that will earn us a good reputation, a good image, and a good culture. From what I see, the the only way to do it is to return to God. Instead of having a culture that's money driven, or driven by materialism, or driven by gangsterism and all this degenerate stuff. We need to return to God. God is going to be the thing that's going to turn it all around for us, and not have to seek validation from other nations. We'll just be trying to seek validation to our God, to our culture, to our families, and our brethren, our sisters and brothers. That's the type of validation we should be seeking. The validation we should seek, the validation we have for each other, and not the validation for another nation. And excuse me. But yeah, basically, I see that returning to God is what's going to be the thing to turn it all around. If you can't, like scripture say, you can't worship God and you can't worship mammon, money. You can't worship money. You can't have both. You can't worship both at the same time. You're either going to choose God or you're going to choose money. You make sure what you choose is the type of lifestyle and life you want to have. There's there's consequences to both. I'm not saying, one, good or bad, but I'm just saying, this is your life and you need to choose, what you should do with your own life. They both come with certain things, as for me, I'm going to keep going with the righteousness, the returning to God and keeping God on my side, especially in times like these, where faith and principles are really more valuable now than money. And we see that, and let me show you how that makes sense, because if you look at the men nowadays, right, supposedly all men are basically, men have gotten weaker, basically. And, when men get weaker, things get out of order. Things For instance, we don't go by, the house of such and such, or the house of, this. We go by just basically last names, and there's no type of uh, pride, no family pride. The house of this, the house of such and such, the house of Targaryen. Things. Um, it's not like that so much nowadays. Maybe in other countries, but I'm talking about in a Western centric type of culture. You just your last name hardly holds any weight. So, you know, right. So men have gotten weaker, and things have gotten more and more out of order. And things getting out of order like this and more chaotic leads to more weakness and more degeneracy, and just more feminism. Feminism grows from this. The more chaotic this place gets, the more power they kind of get, in a sense, because masculinity is leaving, so something has to take that place, and that's what it is. But as soon as men put all this in order, we then the nation will have purpose, a vision, and uh, things will become in order. Once, like I said, God is going to be what turns it all around, because how it's the rank and order. It's God, it's man, it's woman, and then the children. And that's the order. Because that's it's cooperation, it's collaboration. It doesn't always, just because there's a hierarchy or a rank and order, it doesn't make it seem like it's such this horrible, rigid thing, that it's so oppressive, because it's hierarchy and the patriarchy. That doesn't mean it's this, you're being oppressed because there's hierarchy and rank and order. That's not what that means. That's just the emotional content you're trying to extract from that idea. So hierarchy just entails a rank and order, a structure, and structure is what we need as a people to really bring it all back. We need our structure, our culture. That's gonna be the foundation. That's what's gonna get our beliefs and our mind right. Our traditions. We need our culture. That's the foundation. And then the gender's gonna have to come together. Male and female. We're gonna have to come on one accord. Gather ourselves together. So basically, when we do all that, we'll have that righteous reputation, which is better than a good reputation. We'll have a righteous reputation and a righteous, strong culture, just being Israel. That's all. It's all we have to do is just come together, worship our God again, and be a people. Be who you were born to be. Be an Israelite, man. So, that's all it's going to take. And we'll become that righteous nation. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed that class or this speech. And I hope you got some wisdom from it. And, you know what I'm saying? This is the Kingdom of Israel. We're bringing, our big purpose is to bring together the 12 tribes of Israel as we make our way from an online community to a on-land community. And the links are in the description. You guys have a good one, man. Shalom.